A familiar scene, red hats and roaring engines. Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13, 2024. The air buzzed with that familiar pre-rally energy. A sea of red Make America Great Again hats stretched out under the summer sun. Engines roared, a chorus of Harley-Davidsons announcing their presence. This was Trump country, and the excitement was palpable. Former President Trump was back on the campaign trail, his message unchanged, his voice as booming as ever. He thrived on this energy, on the adoration of the crowd. Every cheer, every chant of USA, USA, fueled his performance. This was his element, a stage set with American flags and fueled by fervent patriotism. He stood motionless, almost invisible against the backdrop of the clear blue sky. Few noticed him at first, a silent observer high above the throng. He was dressed in dark clothing, his face obscured by a baseball cap pulled low. Whispers started to ripple through the crowd. Fingers pointed. Who was this lone figure, and what was his purpose? Was he a journalist seeking a unique vantage point, or did he harbor a more sinister intent? The man remained on the rooftop as the rally continued, an unsettling presence that cast a pall over the festivities. Some tried to ignore him, to focus on the former president's words. But his presence was a nagging unease, a discordant note in the symphony of patriotism. The man's presence was unsettling. The crowd, initially oblivious, grew restless. The festive atmosphere began to sour, whispers replacing cheers. Some pointed, their faces etched with concern. The Secret Service, ever vigilant, were alerted. Their eyes, trained to spot anomalies, locked onto the figure on the rooftop. The atmosphere crackled with tension, the carefree joy of moments before replaced by a palpable fear. Then, in a heartbeat, everything changed. A loud crack split the air, echoing off the buildings. It was a sound that needed no explanation, a sound that sent chills down the spines of everyone present. A gunshot. Section 4. Chaos erupts. The air cracks, panic explodes. Panic erupted. The crowd, a moment ago united in their support, became a terrified mob. People screamed, pushing and shoving to escape the perceived threat. Mothers shielded their children, their faces pale with fear. 2 more shots rang out, sharp and deafening. The man on the rooftop, his silhouette illuminated by the setting sun, had become a sniper. His target, the former president of the United States. The Secret Service reacted immediately, forming a protective barrier around the former president and hustling him away from the stage. The rally, a joyous celebration only moments before, descended into chaos. Section 5. Aftermath and uncertainty. A nation holds its breath. The aftermath was a blur of sirens, flashing lights, and frantic news reports. The shooting, captured on countless cell phones, played on a loop across every news channel. The nation held its breath, waiting for updates, praying for the best, fearing the worst. The suspected shooter, a young man in his early 20s, was apprehended within minutes. His motives remained a mystery, his silence doing little to quell the swirling theories and speculation. The attempted assassination sent shockwaves through the country, a stark reminder of the deep divisions and simmering anger that plagued American society. The political climate, already heated, reached a boiling point. Section 6. Searching for answers. The weight of unanswered questions. In the days that followed, the nation grappled with the weight of unanswered questions. Who was this young man, and what drove him to such a desperate act? Was he a lone wolf, radicalized by online hate speech, or was he part of a larger conspiracy? The investigation was meticulous, leaving no stone unturned. Every aspect of the shooter's life was scrutinized: his online activity, his social circle, his every move leading up to that fateful day in Butler. As the investigation unfolded, one thing became clear: the attack on Donald Trump was not just an attack on a former president, but an attack on the very fabric of American democracy. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of violence in a world consumed by division and hate.